Title: Between Laughter, Secrets and Coffee. Romantic comedy drama story, narrated. Sometimes, life doesn't throw you lemons, it throws you a scalding cup of coffee straight at the person who could ruin you, or save you. And this is exactly how our story begins. Narrator. It was a rainy morning in Seattle, the kind where every street smells like wet leaves and fresh espresso. Chloe, a passionate young chef with big dreams and even bigger hair frizz, was running hopelessly late. She had stayed up all night perfecting her cinnamon waffle recipe for an important investor meeting. Umbrella inside out, purse dangling from her wrist, she rushed into Bean Soul, her favorite coffee shop, only to crash into someone coming out. The coffee flew, the man gasped, Chloe froze. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," she cried, fumbling inside her bag for napkins. The man, tall, strikingly handsome, with a crisp shirt now stained in espresso, just raised an amused eyebrow. "Is this your way of flirting? Because it kinda works." She turned beet red. That was the first time Chloe met Ivan, a charming, sarcastic architect with a jawline sculpted by Michelangelo himself and a hatred for decaf. After an awkward apology, she ran off, thinking she'd never see him again. She was wrong. Later that day, at her pitch meeting for the food truck business, she found out that Evan happened to be best friends with one of the investors. Apparently, he'd said great things about her. Very great things. The next day, she brought a box of cinnamon waffles to the cafe. "Peace offering," she said, placing the box on his table, "and a bribe." Evan smirked. "Bribe accepted, but only if I get one every week." And just like that, something began to brew. Stronger than coffee, sweeter than waffles. Days turned into weeks. Chloe's food truck, the Waffle Wagon, opened near the downtown park. Evan started showing up more and more, sometimes with plans, sometimes with sarcasm. He teased her about her obsession with maple syrup. She mocked his minimalist black shirts. They argued about movies Inception versus The Notebook and ended their debates with cinnamon sugar smiles. One rainy evening, after a particularly silly fight about whether whipped cream was superior to powdered sugar, Evan walked her home. "Do you always argue with people you like?" he asked. She was about to fire back with a witty reply, but he leaned in and kissed her, under the rain. No umbrella, just heartbeats and drizzle, and it was perfect. But the sugar rush didn't last forever. One afternoon, while delivering a catering order downtown, Chloe saw Evan across the street, holding hands with a beautiful woman, laughing, intimate. Her stomach dropped. She waited, then followed. Discreet, curious, heart-racing. What she learned hit her like ice water. Evan was engaged. She confronted him that night at the park. "So, care to explain why you're planning a wedding with someone who's not me?" she asked, arms crossed. Evan looked like he'd been caught in headlights. "It's not what you think, Chloe. It's complicated." "Oh, wonderful. That makes it better." He sighed. "It's a family arrangement. My parents are old school. They arranged the engagement for inheritance reasons. We're not in love, she knows it. And I was just your little distraction?" Chloe snapped, trying not to cry. "No, you're the only real thing I've had in years. But this was bigger than me." Chloe turned away, her voice breaking. "And now I'm walking away, because I'm not a temporary escape, Evan. I deserve better." The following weeks were hollow. Chloe still made her waffles, still smiled at customers, but something in her had dimmed. Even her batter didn't fluff the same. Then one afternoon it rained again. Of course. And there he was. Evan, drenched, no umbrella, holding a box. "I broke the engagement," he said, out of breath. "Told my parents the truth. Walked away from the inheritance. I couldn't lose you." Chloe stared at him. She wanted to scream, laugh, kiss him, punch him. "You brought waffles?" she asked. "I tried making your recipe, failed miserably. But the effort counts, right?" She laughed, tears in her eyes. "I'm still mad at you." "I know," he said, "but maybe you can yell at me over coffee." She took a deep breath, then nodded. Later that night, inside her food truck with the rain tapping softly on the roof, they sat across from each other. She served him a warm waffle, extra cinnamon. "Don't mess this up," she said. "Next time I throw the coffee at your face." He grinned. "Deal, but only if you kiss me after." And she did. This time, it tasted like home. Because love doesn't always arrive neatly packaged. Sometimes, it spills. Sometimes, it burns. But when it's real, you go back for another cup, even if it stains. The end.